So one of the things I want to do in this course is equip students with the ability to utilize a tool called a rubric to help you score the best possible grade on the assignments, not only in my class, but in future classes. I know you've probably encountered times where you've thought, I just don't know how a teacher is going to grade this, or you've been unsure, or you've maybe even thought like the teacher could be subjective with how they look at this. And so one of the things that we have in this course are very detailed rubrics, but your other teachers will utilize them here at BayPath as well. So I would like to walk you through the week one topic through the rubric so you can understand exactly what I'm looking for when I grade these topics. And so the first criteria is that it has to be a quantitative claim. So that's something I addressed in the claim video. It has to be something that can be quantified using numbers, and it has to have quantitative features that can be verified using the statistical methods in this course. That's a huge one. So I understand picking your claim is very difficult in week one because you haven't actually learned the methods that are being used. But we have broken it down for you in the rubric as to how to do this. So to get an exemplary, you need to choose a claim that can be verified by a mean, median, mode, or range, and the claim clearly states some form of an average. If your claim does not have the word average in it, then that puts you at 6 points already. Because to get 8 points, the claim must contain a statement for an average. Okay? So before you send me a claim in my inbox, make sure it has the word average or some synonym to average. Okay? The other part is the referencing and format. You need a citation from a valid source. Wikipedia is not a valid source. MombloggersNation.com is not a valid source. So it needs to be some sort of reputable website, .org, or even a government website, or just something you can trust, okay? And for that to be exemplary, you need the claim to be credible and cited. So this is my caveat to this. We are not APA experts in this class, for the most part, right? We're not 100% on APA. I want you to make your best attempt at an APA citation in the claim. If you've made a best attempt and it's somewhat in line with APA, I'm going to give you 5 points. But I'm going to also give you tips on what to change moving forward so that in all your future submissions you have a solid citation, and hopefully you'll learn something about creating those citations. Now this is a big one. The other points are the population. A clear population is identified in the claim. It has to be in the claim that can be sampled for at least 100 people within the time frame of the course. You have to think, is it reasonable to survey 100 people from this population? So what is a population? Okay, so if I have a claim that says women on average drink 2 cups of coffee, my population is women. I can easily find 100 women to answer a survey on Facebook, on email, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on whatever method you want to get to them. You can get to 100 women. But let's say my claim was 100 women in Laplace, Louisiana drink 2 cups of coffee. Well, that really narrows it down to 100 women in my community, which could be very difficult to get 100 survey answers in my community because I've limited my population to such a narrow range. So you want to look for a population that's somewhat broad. It doesn't have to just be gender. It just has to be something where you could get 100 people in that group fairly easily, because I don't want your stress to be getting the responses. I want you to be able to get those responses so then you can focus on the actual learning that's occurring in the class. So that's how we're going to look at this rubric. This is exactly how it's going to be graded. No guesswork here. You got to have the word average. You got to have the best attempt at a citation. You got to have your population that's reasonable to get 100 people to answer. And the 100 people, you have to have that by the end of week 2 so that in week 3, you can put together your samples. So once you inbox me in Canvas and you have my approval on your topic and your questions, you want to get rolling, and then you want to be able to get this claim submitted so I can grade it and we can keep moving forward.